Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. Perking good. Y'all. No. Fuck me. So, Jeffree Star. We're trying to get our shit together here, okay? We're trying. Oh, thunder. We're all gonna die. And by we're all, I mean me here in my house with this electrical equipment 2 inches away from my mouth. Can y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that thunder? All I'm saying is this desk is made out of wood, and knock on wood that I don't croak during this. So, Jeffree Star released his video wearing this outfit. And I'm trying to be serious, y'all. I've had a day. This isn't really like shade. This is like I've had a day, and me making myself laugh has been the highlight of my own day. Mondays, y'all. Mondays. So he released his apology video, is what people are calling it. I'm air quoting it because he didn't technically call it that. People called it that. But I think it was his video where his intention was to kind of tell people his side a little bit, address something, clear the air, move forward. It's kind of what it seemed like his take on it was. Doing the right thing, I think he called it. So there's a lot of videos on this already, all around the interwebs. So I will not be including clips or doing anything like that. That's not really what I do here. You know what I do here. And what do I do here? Wait for it. We take a look at the tea with the tarot. So, yes, I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and that is what we do here on this channel. And this channel is always meant to be helpful, never hateful. So, if you're down with that, please join the family here. We apparently conjure up thunderstorms when we're about to talk about Jeffree Star. Seriously, y'all, can y'all hear that? You probably can't hear that because I have this microphone and music on here, but it's there. There's thunder. So let's go ahead and dive right into this. People have been already saying, I hope you do a video, B. I want to know about his video. I want you to look into the cards and kind of let us know if you feel like he's doing this from a good place. Do you feel like he's, coming at this for the best of intentions and the best of reasons and yada, yada, yada. And then there's some people who are, saying a lot of... There's people holding him accountable for what they felt like they missed in the video. We'll put it that way, right? So there's a little bit of both. There's both sides. I've seen both sides. So we're going to look into the cards today about this apology video or whatever, accountability video, explanation video, whatever it is. We're going to look into the cards about that. And then maybe see if we can figure out some things about what might be coming further into the future as it relates to this. We'll see what we can get, okay? We will see. Let's move this here thing out of my way. Alrighty. Let's get shuffled up here and hope that this bathrobe stays closed. If y'all haven't seen my Tiger King video, I'll just say I had a little fun with that one as well. And it was worse off than this bathrobe situation. And I utilized some double-sided tape. Jeffree's unhappy with us. Jeffree's unhappy with us. Can you hear this thunder? I used some double-sided tape to keep some accoutrement inside where it was supposed to be. So let's hope the best for this. There is no tape There's no tape in this bathrobe. I bought this bathrobe in undergrad, probably as long ago as some of y'all were born. Because I started undergrad in 2005. So y'all who are 15 or below, I started undergrad before you were born. Anywho, alrighty, Jeffree Star, the video. Let's see, what do we have here? What do we see about the video, about his intentions, about his motives, about anything like that, and then we'll see if later on we can get any kind of forward moving information as well. So, okay, first and foremost, this card came out, but it didn't indicate positive or negative. Upright, looks like it's upright. Okay, we're gonna go with upright. Okay, woo! This card came flying on out of there. Hello, what's up? I see you. Not surprising that we would get that card. Okay. As I pull these cards, I am reminded that I like to tell people this is all alleged. All alleged. Okay, you see where my finger's pointed? All alleged. Because I know that there's going to be some people that probably enjoy this, and there's going to be some people who want to tear me a new asshole out of it. So, you know, go ahead, get to crafting. If that's your craft of choice, get on it. So, before I even lay down some context, and I bet y'all are shocked, like, whoa, you're fixing to talk about these cards and not lay some more context down? Yeah, I am. Because there's already some clear points here, and I'll lay down some more cards in a second. But when we have the Magician card, Ace of Swords, Emperor right here, back to back in our front row, this Emperor card a lot of times comes up in these readings talking about Jeffree Star. The thunder concurs. It concurs. Talking about Jeffree Star, because he has said multiple times, his own words, you know, that he is interested in building his empire. You know, talks about this idea of an empire. So the Emperor card comes up and represents him a lot. When we get it here next to the Magician and the Ace of Swords, I'm gonna call it like I see it, and any of you who have had private readings with me, or any of you who've watched a lot of my videos, can know that these cards mean exactly what I'm saying that they're gonna mean. So I am not twisting anything unfairly, but this card is sometimes a master manipulator, and this card in the reverse position like this sometimes means the opposite of truth, hiding things and hiding truths. So if I'm gonna be honest with what these cards are saying so far, there are at least some aspects. Sorry, our Lord and Savior, hashtag Jesus fix it. So whatever. I don't know what I'm saying, y'all. The Magician card and the Ace of Swords and the Emperor, I'm just saying that in a lot of ways, this is talking about some aspects of the video were manipulated. Some aspects of the video were less than truthful, like, have you ever heard of kind of like slant truths or something? Things that are like, you know, you can't really be proven wrong by saying certain things, but it's not exactly completely, authentically, and genuinely true either. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So, now that we've gotten down here, context. Let's put a little context on it. Alright. Okay. Well, alright then. I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling some more over here. I'm sure a lot of you are screaming for that as well. Okay. And y'all, if y'all have seen some of my earlier videos, what did I say? I said that Jeffree Star was gonna go ghost for a while and not really speak on things for a while, and then once he spoke on things, it would be a bit messy. And this video that he released seems to a lot of people to be considered a bit messy, bringing in things like the Black Lives Matter movement, bringing up Breonna Taylor and the justice that hasn't been had for her and things of that nature. And it's great to bring awareness to that, I think. And at the same time, if you're doing it with poor intentions, or doing it in mostly for deflection purposes, then perhaps that's not so noble. So, you know, you may have opinions on that, but that's, you know, there's some stuff in here that kind of we want to touch on. So what this is saying is, he knew that he was going to have to make a response. This is kind of knowing that you have to speak up and say something, and he tried something, and with the Ten of Wands in reverse, that says that what he did, he's gonna find it wasn't actually as worth it as he hoped it was. So I haven't looked at the likes to dislike ratio on the video. I bet a lot of you have. I am willing to bet by seeing this card that the dislikes are probably pretty high. That it's not really going to work out for him in the way that he intended. This card with the Page of Cups upright, funny enough, you know, funny not funny, is sometimes a card about apologies. And here you see, remember, this card comes up all the time talking about the family, you know, the wink wink family that we keep talking about, you know, him, Shane, James Charles, Tati, that they used to be all one big family kind of a thing. And then here it is in reverse. So it's saying that he made an apology per se, but that it's not an apology that will actually fix the family. So it won't actually work to fix the family. So for anybody who was wondering if James Charles would accept the apology, if I'm looking at the cards would say that technically no, he doesn't find it to be, you know, genuine or useful or valid or whatever, and he wouldn't accept the apology. So here we go with some bigger stuff over here. So this is a card about wanting to move forward, but you're kind of like the highlight here. You know, a situation can't really move forward unless the person that it's centered around says something. This is the Star card. We're talking about Jeffree Star. On here, boom, Tower card in reverse, Eight of Wands upright, Seven of Cups upright. This is kind of saying that this isn't going to stop the drama. The Tower card is about drama. His intention was hoping that it would stop the drama, but it's not going to. It's not going to at all. It's going to keep continuing. And if you've seen in my previous videos about this, every time I would make a video, I would say it's not going to be like, you know, in the past where there would be a boom, a big Karmageddon, and all the tower would fall. And I've said before, no, it's going to be a very slow build, you know, slowly but surely more things would come out, trickling out, a slow build over time. And that's exactly what we've been seeing. With the Eight of Wands, upright here, and the Seven of Cups here, if I'm going to be honest again, from what I'm seeing, Seven of Cups being like, I have so many options available, I'm overwhelmed by the amount of options, but I feel like I have to communicate. It kind of seems like, don't shoot the messenger, I'm just saying what's in the cards here. It kind of seems like his main reason to put out the video now is because with this card, as you see here, he knew that he was going to have to come out at some time or another before his products would launch. So it's kind of like he's got to make some form of communication, And he has to make that kind of communication before he has all of this going on. So to me, it seems like he just had to be like, okay, I'm back now, because as a business person, you can't be in hiding forever kind of thing. I do see that weighed heavily on his motivations here. So let me keep pulling some more cards. Let me stack these back up flush and pull some more cards. All right. Okay. I anticipated seeing that card at some point. Okay. Yep. So, oh dear. I was kind of hoping not to see that, but I'm not surprised necessarily that I have seen it. Okay, so interesting. Let me get some more on. We'll get some context on. Did y'all hear that? I'm telling you. I'm going to watch this back and see if I can hear that shit, or if I'm just sitting here looking spooked all the time and nothing's actually happening that you can hear. Whatever. Alright. Yep. Oh, okay. Before we even get into all of this, here we go. We've got something started over here. So, the Ten of Swords card's in reverse, talking about self-sabotage. So, in some ways, what he is doing right now, unknowingly, unwittingly, is self-sabotage. He's shooting himself in the foot as it relates to the family again. Looking out, waiting to see what's going to happen now, hoping that his ships will come in just as he's planned, and hopes that, now things are all set and all stable. But here's a relationship card, and it doesn't necessarily mean romantic relationship, just relationship in general. So okay, hold on. Oh, hold on. I know y'all can't see that. I'm going to move it to where y'all can see it in just a second, but crap. Okay. Wow. Okay. Hold on. All right. Let me move this where y'all can see it. Let me move all of these away for a second. We'll get to these. We will get to these. This right now has kind of taken a precedent. So, about relationships, right? Six of Cups in reverse, having regrets about the past, as in Jeffree Star regrets some things about the past. You can determine whether or not you feel like he regrets it because, he feels emotional remorse, or he regrets it because he sees things coming back to affect him now. Or maybe a mix of both. But there's some regret there. Some regret there as it relates to some certain things that he has said or did. This card right here makes it seem like he has said some things to a certain person, and I'm thinking this is a male, that he has said some things to a certain male that he worries could then come out against him. I don't know, if he maybe said things in confidence to somebody or something like that he regrets because he thinks things that could come out later or something, or that person could come after him later. I don't know. This is about the exchanging of hands, a lot of times exchanging of either money or information pertaining to whoever this guy is. This is somebody potentially considering coming out to speak against Jeffree on some things. So Again, this is just potentially. Don't know if this is going to happen for sure or not, or if it would happen publicly. Obviously the tarot doesn't say this is for certain and this is public. It doesn't give us those cool descriptions like that. But I do see somebody here considering coming out and speaking out against something in this way. Somebody that feels like that they're a bit more of an underdog and they need to come out and say something and, set things straight or protect themselves or something like that. So it may be that they come out, but if they don't come out, they will be gearing up to protect themselves some kind of way regardless. Not sure who that would involve, but as we're moving down the line, we get legal involved. Once again, how many times in all of these readings, like back before Tati even released her reading and people even knew anything was going on legally for sure, the cards were having legal and lawyers all up in it. My cards months ago had been showing legal and lawyers all up in it, and boom, here we are. Legal and lawyers all up in it. So here's the Justice card, and the Justice card is in reverse, meaning that as much as Jeffree could probably find ways to protect himself and legally and, put up good arguments for himself legally, he has some weak spots legally. There are some weak points to his defense, or if he's not the person that would be, defending himself and he's the person who would be instigating, either way, there are certain holes that can be punched in his stories. Narratives, shall we say narratives, since that's like the buzzword right now. I see that there are people who would be willing to speak out against Jeffree if it ever came to needing testimonies. If it ever came to, again, let me just reiterate, all alleged, y'all. All alleged. All alleged. All alleged. Okay? All right. But there are people that would be willing. This is hot as fuck, y'all. I'm, boobs wet up in here. This is bad. I'm sorry. Okay, so people that would be willing to speak against him if it came to that. If it came to, like, again, I mentioned this in a previous video, I don't remember which one. If, say, somebody needed to be deposed or whatever, or if somebody needed to speak up in terms of character witnesses, or to speak up, whatever, like saying, oh, this is what this has been my interaction, and here are my texts and my proof, or whatever. I'm just seeing that there would be people who would be willing to come forward in a legal sense against Jeffree Star if it came to that. Then I see Jeffree Star in reverse and the Devil card in reverse. How many times have my stupid pillow's falling out of this chair. I need a chair that like works and fits, but chairs are like this, y'all. Expensive. So we've seen this Devil card in reverse how many times as we've been going through these readings, talking about trying to separate from that type of energy, separate from negative energy, separate from extremes, separate from that kind of way. So there are people who don't want any part of this extremity, and they're like, you know what? We used to be able to throw shade. We used to be able to have fun drama, and now the drama is always about like life ruining, career ruining drama, and everything is always, scary and bad, and legal getting involved, and it's too real life now. That's not fun anymore. That's too real life now, and I want no part of it anymore. And there would be people willing to say, I want no part of it anymore, and willing to kind of come forward and separate themselves from that. Again, come forward in a legal sense. Does that mean that legal proceedings would happen on social media in front of us? Not necessarily. I don't know many types of legal things that do happen that publicly. Usually it's with attorneys or mediators or whatever they're called behind closed doors, and we may or may not be privy to some or all of the information. You know how that goes, I'm sure. So let's pull some more on this. Okay. This is good. This is good so far. So, this is saying that at the end of all of this, some kind of way at the end of all of this, everything is going to work itself out. Things are going to work themselves out at the end. Some relationships that had been strained in the past will be rekindled and repaired. Some people will be able to, how do you say it? Kind of like, start themselves new in some way, get public favor in some way, go from a difficult position into a better position some kind of way, where people get back on the right path. And some person or people may walk away from some of this, whether it's walking away from some element of their career or walking away from some relationship that they're in. I'm seeing that some people will kind of have some distance put between themselves, between either themselves and an aspect of their career, or themselves and some relationship or relationships that they've been in, because they want to move on from the pain that things have caused and start something new, that they felt like that they've been beaten down far enough, and they've already made the decision to move on and kind of not be stuck there anymore. The Hierophant in reverse is a breaking of commitment. So breaking of commitments can be both career and can be relationships. Commitments can be made in either form or fashion. It looks like it will be breaking of commitments that has a really big emotional impact, though. Whether it's relationships or career, it will be an emotional thing for those individuals. Individuals who have up until that point felt like they couldn't do anything about the circumstances and that they were kind of stuck or trapped in something. So there's a lot there with that. And we still have those cards that I shoved up there. So let me pull these away, bring those back down. Then we'll reshuffle and try to look into more future-oriented things. But let me just pull these down. So, these are what we had a while ago. I am sweating it up in here for real. But I can't take this off. I done shot myself on the foot. Talk about self-sabotage. I've already done that to myself. Lord help me. I suppose the shower is in my future. So, back to Jeffree. Because these that we just went through kind of took us down a rabbit hole. But back to Jeffree and making the video. This was kind of him feeling like he was stuck in a catch-22, damned if he does, damned if he doesn't kind of a thing. And he felt like, I have to release something and I need to release it now. This is the right timing. This, with the Five of Swords, is him trying to walk away from it. So he really is trying to walk away from it. Now you get to determine if he's trying to walk away from it because he really feels like this is wrong and it shouldn't be like this anymore. Or if he's walking away from it because he's like, you know what, this is involving me too much and I've already lost a Morphe contract or whatever happened with that, and things are affecting me too much. I don't want to have any part of it because of not wanting things to look bad on him anymore. You get to decide what you think, but this is him kind of wanting to walk away from it. These I am curious about because I have some ideas and I want to know. Okay. I thought I was going to have to reshuffle to get some kind of forward-moving stuff, but perhaps not then. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm like, okay. Okay. This pal over here is doing some stuff. So we'll have to get back on that one. But, okay. Here. Just when you think you're done, I know y'all can't see that. I'm going to move them into the view as usual, but oh man. Just when you think you're done. All right, here we go again. Let's take these up. Move this up. We've got these crazies. See, every time it's something new, ain't it? Every time it's something new. So, here we go. On this pile, I was looking at this card and I'm like, you know, sometimes this card is one of our cards that's a Tati signifier. So I just want to pull some extra context on it. Context. And see. And yeah, it's kind of like... It's like with this is a card that's kind of talking about isolating, withdrawing, pulling away because of having to, you know, reflect and work on things that can't be in front of people or public or whatever. So I think that this is a good possibility. It could be talking about Tati. Not completely sure, but could be. This is talking about trying to get something on the right path, something about relationships. So trying to get certain relationships back on the right path and back in good standing. Here's our James Charles signifier that comes up, which is another reason why this makes me feel like it's Tati. Both Tati and James in these cards here are in disadvantaged positions. So maybe it's talking about trying to do something that will bring them into being in a better position. But what I see is for some time, this may not be as easy as they hoped to get things back on the right foot, so to speak. Because there are more people involved than what we understand, allegedly, and it can be directly or indirectly involved, and those people have to make decisions about what they want to do. So it's kind of like you can only get so far with having people decide to do the right thing, let me air quote that, you know, you can only have people go so far about doing the right thing, without like actually coercing them to, so they get to decide how they want to handle something or what they want to say. So say they need people to come forward and speak up, you know, on their behalf, and those people are worried about doing that or concerned to do that or not sure if they want to do that. That could be an issue here. People being afraid to come forward, and not even coming forward publicly, but like coming forward in a legal sense. What if there are people that are like, you know what, I don't want to get involved in anything legal. I don't want to be, you know, someone that has to go to court in a lawsuit or something. I don't want to be in that, you know, and they decide to kind of lay low and not want to get involved because of any number of reasons why someone would not want to be involved in that. I see that as potentially coming up to be a problem for them in some kind of a way. So yeah, them waiting out to see what can happen. There's some capable guy, some capable man here that is really good at making situations evolve in ways that he would like it to evolve. He's kind of, you know, good with having control over things that is involved in some way, possibly behind the scenes with that. Someone that is kind of like, his energy is like, I like to win at all costs kind of energy. Might be an attorney that is working with them. Might not be. But that's interesting. But yeah, there's some disappointment there. That's interesting. That's an interesting rabbit hole. Let me pull this up because we have this rabbit hole over here that we wanted to explore. And I can pull these cards away too, because all this was saying that in some ways, some of the things that are going on right now is just an effort and futility. Because some things that are going on right now is, like I've said in my previous videos, he said, she said, because there's stuff that shows this person did some wrong and there's stuff that shows that person did some wrong. And since nobody has completely clean hands here, then it's not as cut and dry as people would hope. And that's what this is kind of signifying here. So let me move these things out and draw some more on here. So, shuffle it up, shuffle it up. Okay. Shuffle again. All right, shuffle one more time, 3 times the charm. Why not? Why not? Ooh. All right, so what got me here is this Queen of Wands in reverse. Dogs, I swear, y'all better not start borking up in here. For real. Izzy. No ma'am. No ma'am. I bought them new pillows. I bought the new pillows to go down here. Remember, y'all, when I showed y'all this hedgehog pillow that the puppies sleep in, and you see that dip from where they've been laying in? They all 3 fight over that one pillow. So I just bought them a bluebird named Priscilla, and I bought them an avocado named Austin, and here they are wanting to be out there barking at the door and not in here sleeping on these pillows. Like, why did your mama even spend $30 on some pillows then? Jeez, this is how you repay, rude children, rude ass kids. So this Queen of Wands in reverse, this is what's got me kind of like, okay, hold on, who? Because this is either a female or a feminine energy. So it could be a guy with feminine energy, or it can be a female who has some sort of information in this whole scheme of things, who is willing to come out with some information. And again, I can't know for sure if this means come out as in come out publicly, or come out as in, yes, I am willing to tell so-and-so's attorneys about this, behind the scenes. It could be either. So I'm not sure, but it's some woman who has some information that she, or, a feminine presenting male too, it could be, that has some kind of information willing to present forward. Presenting information possibly surrounding a painful ending of something. Also could be surrounding something that doesn't necessarily look so great on this person either, but they're willing to present it anyway. So I'm seeing something about that. I'm thinking that this information here is going to not look very good on Jeffree either. And again, we get that card about like that feeling of biting the hand that feeds. So like doing something, that's a move that some people would be nervous to make. I don't know why I'm shuffling so much today, whatever. A move that some people would be nervous to make, and yet I see it being made here. So let's see what else we have. Coming forward some kind of way with information about either money, lifestyle, could be about some sort of relationship, but there's something about money being involved. I don't know if this is like literally something about money being involved, or money having some kind of an impact or influence or implication on this. But whatever it was, it's talking about something that was doing something that most people would disapprove of. So let's see what we have here. Okay. Sometimes this is a James Charles signifier because he's literally he would literally be a Knight of Swords in terms of his age and his zodiac. And sometimes this is a Jeffree Star signifier because of it being a King of Cups for his Scorpio water sign zodiac. So it's possible that whatever this information has something to do with the two of them. So it could be, again, just somebody coming forward, either to attorneys behind the scenes or to publicly, that has more information from behind the scenes Dramageddon 2. That it's just somebody that happens to know more, a female or a male that has some sort of feminine energy. Let's see. So here we go again with that death card upright. Sometimes a Jeffree Star signifier, as well, as if we didn't need, to have some. I mean, we're having every single Jeffree Star signifier coming up in here because this is a Jeffree video. I mean, that's what's going to happen, I'm assuming. But this is talking about somebody that's kind of wanting to, somebody that actually wants to do the right thing, thinking that, this has got to come to an end. We've got to do something about this, and wants to be cooperative in some sort of way. So I do see a person that is agreeing to be cooperative in some sort of way, whether it is, again, either to attorneys behind the scenes or to the public, on social media where everybody can see, don't know which, but they have information that they're willing to come forward because they want this stuff to end. Okay. Yep. Attorneys making plans. Again, things that aren't legally standing here, and waiting to see what will happen, and then you're just waiting for a long time, and things that you want to see happen aren't actually ever really materializing, kind of thing. So it's weird. There's a mix here then. On one hand, there may not be a whole lot of things coming forward in the public eye. But on the other hand, there may actually be a whole lot of attention and headway made behind the scenes in a legal way. So we may not know of everything that happens from English. Yeah, hello. From a public stance, but that doesn't mean that a lot isn't happening some way or another. So it's almost like there's two different worlds going on. The ones that we see and are known to the public, and the ones that are going on behind the scenes that heavily have legal involved. I mean, legal is heavily involved. Every last one of these people who have some sort of known involvement to Dramageddon 2 last year are heavily armed with attorneys, and legal is all over it. And I think that there's a lot more going on than what we realize is going on, because it's going on behind the scenes where we don't know about it. As I said in one of my very first Dramageddon readings, where I talked about Jeffree Star, I said that he will stand to lose a lot, in terms of losing some deals, losing some support and followers, things like that. He can stand to lose a lot in this, and people were all saying, oh, only Shane Dawson is losing. What the hell? Why not Jeffree? He's actually can stand to lose a lot in all of this. That doesn't mean, and I said it in that video then too, that doesn't mean that he would lose all of his supporters. He will still have some ride or die people that stand behind him always. I said that then, and that still seems to ring true now. But it looks like a lot more is happening behind the scenes than we even realize. Okay, before I scoop this up, because I almost did, but before I scoop it up, let me just pull a little bit more on this Justice card. Oh, man. There we go. Okay. In terms of the Justice card, this in reverse, again, talking about the fact that this is, a big clusterfuck where people are, not anyone is clearly innocent in all of this. Everyone has some sort of dirt that they can throw at somebody else's character, or throw certain text messages or something at somebody to make them look bad and discredit them. Everybody has stuff like that they can do to somebody else in this. So that's one reason why the Justice card is in reverse, because it's like, well, everybody is kind of in a bad light here. But being that this card has come up in reverse a couple times here on the Jeffree reading, then that means that he is not in as secure of a legal position as he would hope himself to be, and that there are more things that can come out against him that would actually be useful to lawyers than he realizes or wishes was true. This here with the Seven of Swords says somebody in this legal dealing is kind of coming at things from a shady way. Somebody is kind of coming at things where they are willing to, let's say you had to, we see over here, you gotta swear on the Bible, swear under oath. There's at least one person, maybe multiple people, who are willing to, all alleged, willing to perjure themselves about this. Like, they would be willing to, tell half-truths or non-truths, about certain situations to make things look better for them. I happen to then draw a Shane Dawson signifier, which I will just say it like that, all alleged anyway. Then the Page of Wands, talking about bringing in a message. The message is about hurt pride, and with the World card up in reverse, upright, this is kind of like, I want to end this, and I want this to be over with. I want to tie a bow around this. This is going to be a done deal to me. So there is somebody here behind the scenes working things in a legal way that is very closely tied to both Jeffree and Shane, allegedly. And they're there's some shady, shifty, manipulative things going on even behind the scenes. I know that in legal cases, there's proof, like literal written black and white proof. And then there's stuff like, here's my story and my witnesses that stand by my story. And then there's their story and their witnesses that stand by their story. And it's kind of like somebody on one of the sides is willing to say a story that is, manipulated and half true, and they are willing to find some sort of people or means to fit that narrative, to support their narrative so that it will look better for them. And it's shifty because it's not entirely genuine, authentic, and accurate. It's more of a CYA type of maneuver to do. And this came up in a Jeffree reading, and it came up with a Shane Dawson signifier as well on it. So it's interesting to see that. There's another attorney card. And this is an attorney that, and again, allegedly, this is an attorney that is willing to kind of fight a little dirty or play a little bit heavy-handed because of that card that we saw earlier about winning at all costs kind of a thing. There's somebody with that kind of energy. More about breaking of commitments. We keep seeing that here. And we're seeing that as in the first time we saw it, it said it could be breaking of commitments, either career-wise or it could be breaking of commitments relationship-wise, like platonic or romantic. But it said either way, whatever breaking of commitment it was, that it will be something that is that emotionally impacts someone or some people. Here we go again. Somebody, some kind of way, not being completely honest, not working with true integrity. Somebody that's not really emotionally mature as they would like to think that they are, but they are willing to carry extra responsibilities to get what they want out of it, and they're also willing to try to make other people look bad to make themselves look better, even if that means downplaying their own behavior and somewhat misrepresenting the behavior of people who thought they were friends. So it's possible that people here that are willing to go to these kind of tactics are also willing to somewhat throw some friends under the bus or throw some acquaintances under the bus that they had been friendly with. It's kind of like, what? This person's always been nice to me. Why would they say those things? And it makes me look bad. They were always nice to me. What the fuck? That's kind of like that type of energy right there. Yeah, colleagues, because that's a card about work. Walking away. People are wanting to put distance between themselves and whatever is going to hurt their lifestyles. So it's going to be interesting how many people or what types of people we see that end up seeming more interested in preserving their lifestyle than interested in actually doing the right thing and doing right by their colleagues and / acquaintances / friends. I see someone trying to put a lot of distance between this and themselves. Someone being manipulative. Ooh. Their manipulations won't win out. Whoever tries to come at this in a super underhanded, manipulative way, it's not going to work. So as this stuff progresses, and again, it may progress heavily behind the scenes now that attorneys are involved, and attorneys are known for not wanting you to drag the dirty laundry out in front of the masses. Attorneys are known for being like, say only what you must say publicly, and everything else will handle privately, because anything you say can be used against you. And so if people are listening to their attorneys, they're not going to be doing as much publicly if they're listening to the attorneys. But what I'm seeing here is, even if the people who are trying to do shady, shifty stuff behind the scenes, it's not going to pay off for them in the way that they want it to do. So they try to be manipulative. They try to do things, out of arrogance that they think is going to work for them. Well, guess what? No, it's not. It's going to backfire if you try to do those things. You're going to get stuck in a situation where you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, and you're going to come out of it with egg on your face and losing more forms of business or contracts or agreements, and losing more forms of relationships, all because of those types of decisions. So you'll be a watched pot never boils. This is like, I'm gonna sit here and stare at this and stare at this and stare at this and hope that it turns out different. Well, it's not. If you're not gonna put different energy in and actually change, then you're not going to have different energy come out that is actually changed. So it's kind of like we've started into this new era where you can't get away with the same stuff you used to get away with. Like, people can see through things more than they ever used to be able to see through. People are like more awake now to this kind of stuff. So I don't see this panning out so well for the sneaky, shifty ones coming up in here in this reading. But they're gonna sure enough put a whole lot of energy into trying to get what they want out of it. Y'all, this is just one big BS thing after another. Oh, God. There's going to be so much going on with this behind the scenes, for real. And again, I can't necessarily promise that we will know about it publicly, because if we are at a place where attorneys are really involved, and they seem to be, they're not going to want this stuff to be aired out everywhere. But that doesn't mean there's not a lot of stuff that's going to be going on behind the scenes. So as you think things are different and moved on, they aren't necessarily. They're just continuing privately, which is good. Maybe not so good for the people who are like, I gotta know. But, good for all other intents and purposes. So, y'all, this is a mess. Let me pull this up and, well, I don't need to be doing any more draws. We've beat this horse to death, and I'm looking at the time here. It's 58 minutes. Let me try to finish this before it hits the hour mark. So, y'all, what do you think about the things that we've seen here? Who do you think some of these people are, and what is this referring to? Some of the things that it looks like are going to be coming up, and what do you think is going to come out actually publicly versus what's going to come out just behind the scenes? You tell me. And for anybody that would like a private reading with me, if you see here it says want to book a private reading, check the description box below for details. So in the description box you'll find answers to your questions, and if you click that Acuity calendar link there, it'll take you to my calendar that has even more reading descriptions and informations and all of that kind of stuff there for you. Remember that all of this was all alleged. Let me say again, just a girl playing with her cards. And I'm hoping to be able to do some non-Dramageddon, Karmageddon related content sometime soon. I got my karma for trying to be cheeky and wearing this dang thing cheeky. It reminds me of Tea Times channel, Mocha and Nikki. But yeah, and I'm sweating to death during it. So there's my karma. Karma paid. So what do y'all think? It's a lot. Alright, y'all. Hopefully y'all subscribe. Stick around. Don't be a stranger. Come back and see me. And I reckon I'll see y'all later. Love you, mean it. Bye.